Hi everyone, Phil here from Jackson County Physical Therapy for another exercise in our exercise series. This one's called lateral stepping or lateral banded walks, and it's going to target the outside of your hips, particularly good for athletes or runners, and actually anybody who wants a stable pelvis and support for their low back as well. All you need is a circular band to offer some resistance. Okay? There are a lot of variations for this exercise. We're going to talk through a couple and why you might want one version versus the other. But the basic concepts that apply across all different variations are this. When you sidestep, you're going to step with the entire leg, okay? Moving the whole leg at once as opposed to just moving the foot to the side and then letting the body follow, okay? So we don't want to step with the foot, follow with the leg, step with the foot, and follow with the leg or the body. We want to step with our whole leg so your shin's relatively vertical as you step. Another thing that's consistent across all is that your pelvis and shoulders should stay level. So as you step across, you're not tipping or leaning, okay? Lots of times we'll see people doing this, and they're leaning with their hips, leaning with their shoulders as they try to move from side to side, okay? Two things that you can vary for this exercise. One is where the band is placed, either at the knees or down at the ankles. And the other is the position of your body, whether you're standing more upright, just with a slight bend in your knees, or if you're in a squat. Okay? So first and foremost, if you're in with the band at your knees, the resistance is going to be a little bit less if you do a straight side step, less resistance in the hips. If you do a squat, you're going to get more external rotation in your hips. So more of this motion is being resisted for your hips, a little bit less of the side to side. From the side here, if you're in a squat position, your knees are going to have to push out and rotate to the side as you maintain that position. As opposed to being standing at the knees, it's more true side motion. If you drop it down to the ankles, you're going to get more resistance because it's a longer lever. It's further away from your hips, which are the moving part. So it's going to provide more resistance as you sidestep. Okay? However, because it's at your ankles and not your knees, you're not getting that same external rotation part at your hips. So it's more true abduction or straight kicking to the side. You can still do and still get benefit from doing it in a standing position or doing it in that half squat position. Still get benefit in both, okay? Another variation, if you don't have a circular band like that, many gyms nowadays have big, long bands. A lot of people use them for pull-ups. You can also use them for this banded exercise. With no tension on the band, step on top of it, so it's going right through the middle of both feet. Then pull tension, and then you're going to sidestep, okay? Big step, small step, big step, small step. Careful not to let your feet come too close together because then the band with tension on it will shrink between your feet and then you won't be able to step at all. So if you find it shrinking between your feet, take the tension off, reset, and then go again. This one does have the tension only at the ankles, but you can still do either standing or in a squat position. The question then becomes, why would you choose one over the other? Why standing versus squatting? If you're an athlete that does a lot of cutting, changing directions, and spends a lot of time in this position, so if you're a football player, a hockey player, basketball, volleyball, soccer, those sports, that'd be really good, and you need to be good at changing direction and turning, stopping, and starting in this athletic stance or crouch position. So that would be an extra applicable to those sports. If you're a runner and you're more upright, and when you land, you're in a relatively upright position, you're not in a squat, you may benefit more from the standing position with slightly straighter legs in order to strengthen in the position in which you would use those muscles. But everyone can benefit from both. Pick one, do both, make a variety. Biggest thing is strengthen the sides of your hips. Stay happy, have fun, keep moving.